What's up, guys? This is Revolution Ricky at Casa D Revolution. Uh, Wanted to show off some stuff we got. Yesterday, me and my wife went to Pensacon in Pensacola, Florida, and we met a lot of nice people and had a wonderful time. I probably shouldn't have went because I was a little under the weather, but as I got in the car and I started breathing some fresh air and getting excited, I was probably wanting to take a nap and get feeling a lot better. Um, we decided, what the hell, we went anyway, and had a real nice time. I'm just going to show some stuff that we got signed. I'm not going to show everything because if I did, we'd be here for another 2 weeks. I'm sure y'all wouldn't like that, but uh, we had a tremendous time. Anyway, without further ado, I'll show off what we got autographed. I'll start with her first. Um, she only met one celebrity. Well, actually, she met two, but she only met the main one she wanted to meet was Haley Mills, who, if you know who Haley Mills is, she played in Pollyanna, or I can't remember, Pollyanna or Pollywanda. I can't remember the name of the movie that she played in. But she's a major star, and her sister, and her brother-in-law, who, if you don't know who her brother-in-law is, it's Maxwell Claudfield, who played Michael in Grease 2, which I always said I like Grease 2 better than I do Grease 1. And everybody wants to know what drugs I'm on, but that's the way it is. And I guess he was late. I didn't get a chance to meet him. I wanted to because I wanted him to sign. I was going to buy the record album cover to Grease 2 and have him sign it, but I didn't see him there. But his wife and his sister-in-law were there, so my wife met who she wanted, and well, I'm going to show off what she got signed first. She got Trouble with Angels signed by Haley Mills. Very talented actress. If you know who Haley Mills is later down the road, she was in the first season of Saved by the Bell, which I think they called Good Morning Miss Bliss. But she was in Saved by the Bell, and it gave birth to the guy who played Zach, Mario Lopez, Elizabeth Berkley, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Lark Voorhees, and Dustin Diamond. And it was a great series. I actually loved watching it, and I watched it a lot. So she got Trouble with Angels signed, which she was on cloud 10 when she met her. I told her, look, you should have got a selfie taken. But she was very, very sweet. And I've always thought that Haley Mills was a talented actress myself. So she got that signed. Now, for me, I got a lot of stuff signed. So here we go. I guess I'll start with the DVDs. But I'll save the best for last. I got 3 DVDs signed. Guess we'll start with this one. In 1994, they released a movie. They were supposed to release a movie called The Fantastic Four. It was produced by Roger Corman. Produced or directed by Roger Corman. And it's called The Roger Corman Fantastic Four. Well, the movie never got released. They pulled the plug on it for releasing it. But somehow it got out, and bootlegs were made. So I met the guy who played Mr. Fantastic, Alex Hyde White. Very nice guy, and I asked him why they didn't never release the movie. And he said that, the guy wanted to make sure that the option stayed. So they filmed it and they started it and did everything they needed to do. Well, I said, look, this is a long shot. If you don't want to autograph it, I understand. But he did. Thank you, Mr. White. He autographed my Fantastic Four movie. And you know what's sad? When the 1994 movie of Fantastic Four is better than the 2015 movie. That's bad. I couldn't get into the 2015 movie to save my life because it was so. I fell asleep. I never went and saw it in the theaters, but I heard it was so horrible that this movie actually it made this movie look like Citizen Kane. But this I always had a soft spot for it. Always wanted to see it. But he autographed my bootleg version of the Fantastic Four, which was very cool. I thanked him for it, and we talked for a little bit. So that was it. Um, I also met, the DVD fell out, but that's okay. Back in the 1990s, around 92, 93, a movie came out which dealt with the final day of high school and all the. It's a very famous movie. It was a coming of age movie, which I love coming of age movies. Uh, Called Dazed and Confused, and Anthony Rapp, who played Tony in it, or I think he played Tony in it, and I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched the movie. He autographed my Dazed and Confused, and we found out that he took a few photos of the movie. And, if you know who Anthony Rapp is, he was the most famous movie besides this was Adventures in Babysitting, which would probably have my cousin Ashley and my sister going, why didn't you get us autographs? But I met Anthony Rapp, and we talked for a little bit. A very cool guy, very cool. And he was, he showed us what he took of the film because the photos from the film because he showed us in the booklet we have here. I mean, he asked if he could take it out and show us, and I said, sure. I'm not really temperamental about that. I mean, if it was like a graded comic, I could see, but, this wasn't a graded comic. I should have had him autograph the poster, but this ought to make my cousin Joey jealous. But anyway, and of course, so would the Fantastic Four being autographed. So this was I liked this one. I'll just put the DVD back in. Now, we met Ming Chang, and he autographed the Kevin Smith, the 4:30 movie. We talked to it for a little bit, and I told him about, what I was and what happened to me 2 falls ago. Around Halloween, I had my pinky toe amputated, so I can't walk very far anymore without aching and hurting. So I had to go in a wheelchair because my legs and back will not handle the strain of the walking around places for long. So he autographed this movie, the 4:30 movie. It's a coming of age movie. I guess it's about Kevin Smith's life. That ought to make my cousin Joey jealous again. So, because he loves Kevin Smith. But, what's the sad thing about it is, I should have told him this, but I forgot. I have never seen a Kevin Smith movie in the theaters. There's just something about it. The reason I don't is because the first movie I saw, which is Clerks, I saw on video. So when I saw Clerks in the on video, I said, you know what? I'm not going to see another Kevin Smith movie in a theater. I'm not going to go do it. And he was like, I tell my wife this all the time. Why? I said, because it's so special seeing it on video that I decided not to do it. So Ming Chang, who was in Comic Book Men, autographed this one for me. And he was a very cool guy. Okay. Excuse me. A little bit of a cough. I met Ray Wise, who, if you know Ray Wise, he was in RoboCop, Swamp Thing, but he did a voiceover in The Death of Superman of Perry White, so I had him autograph my graphic novel here of The Death of Superman. You can see what he did, and I showed him that there's 2 movies in the back, because this was one of those comic books that you could buy. That had movies in it. I think I got one more. I think it's Wonder Woman, and I think Justice League. It has something to do with Aquaman. Well, we met another guy who did this, the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. And he did the artwork for the Simpsons comics. And, he autographed my Yellow Submarine book. But what he did was cool. Bill Morrison, he drew a little caricature of the Blue Meanie. And he autographed it. See, my wife bought this for me for Christmas a couple years ago. And I was very impressed. He was saying, "Can you hand me the book back?" I said, "Sure." So I handed him the book back, and he drew the Blue Meanie in it. And I thought it was so cool for him to do something like that. I mean, it really made him take the time to really do this for me, because this was a Christmas gift for a couple of years ago. And, the artwork in it is so on point with the Yellow Submarine movie that I couldn't tell the difference if he did the artwork for the cartoon of Yellow Submarine that the Beatles was in. And everybody knows I'm a big Beatles fan. Well, now on to the main thing. I'm going to take this out of the cover. Yesterday you couldn't see it unless you really brought it up. So, because I guess the cover was glaring on it. Yesterday, the main guy that I wanted to meet was Lou Diamond Phillips. And if you know who Lou Diamond Phillips is, he was in a lot of good movies, Stand and Deliver, The Young Guns. But the main movie that I really love, because it came out when I was 17, La Bamba. I had him autograph the La Bamba soundtrack on vinyl. I didn't take the vinyl with me because I don't do that. I leave the vinyl at home because I don't want it to warp or break. So he autographed my soundtrack to La Bamba. Love it. Sidetrack. There you go. He autographed that. And what was good about it is he also autographed the cover to the movie. Very cool guy. We posed for a selfie with him, and I told him about my cousin. I won't mention what I did because it's private, what she did. I don't want to embarrass her. She knows, my family knows, and I'm not going to embarrass her like that. So he autographed my La Bamba movie. Um, this was part of the double feature, and you know, in the Buddy Holly story. And anybody knows me, I'm a big Buddy Holly fan. In fact, me and my wife went to the Buddy Holly Center in Lubbock when we were on a road trip driving from my house in Alabama, I'm not going to say where, to Payson, Utah. And we made stops along the way. And one of those stops was in Lubbock, Texas, where we went to the Buddy Holly Center. Loved that place. So anyway, that's what we got. I'm not going to show off the comic books that I got. Don't feel like it. They're not signed anyway. So I think I bought like one comic book. I didn't buy any Superman comics, even though I looked, and I didn't buy any other comics, but I looked. So that's it. I shall see you all later. Take care and God bless. Peace.